What is it with people and constantly trying to control other people's sexualities? Personally, I don't care who you sleep with if you're not sleeping with me. You know, a pansexual is somebody that a relationship does not go anywhere if there is no feelings involved. So the rest of us are barbarians. A woman needs to know that once a guy sees you in your birthday suit, your body is not going to be what's going to bring him back. Campbell Joseph says we need to accept the life that we have. Let go of the life that we had planned in order to accept the life that we have. Ayana said that it's not a question of who's going to get me there, it's a question of who's going to stop me. You know. So when you are a person that gives, you know, you're a giver, your love language is to give. When do you receive? You know, and then as a receiver, when do you start giving? Take. What do you have to give? You know, if he's handsome, that means what are you handing in? You know, a man is a man because of his cows. So in a relationship, whoever has cows is a man. It's a relevant question. Today's relationships. If I am a woman, what am I bringing? Am I just bringing my body while he's handing something in? All I have, I don't even have a heart. That if he arrives with money and he gets there, we can build something compassionate. You know, where a woman, when she has money, she forgets that she used to eat peanut butter and jelly. When she doesn't have money, she uses her loneliness to solve her money problems. So now when she's now moneyed, she just needs somebody to stay home with the kids when she goes out with her girlfriends. Let's be honest, you know. Take away the job, take away the assets. These people that you are dating, after all of that has been stripped, there's nothing there. There's no compassion, there's no heart, there's no understanding, there's no love. A man would never take prevention because of the symptoms are the same with a woman going through periods. Why would I want to willingly go through periods? You know, there is an age prep, the AIDS prep that you must take every day, like you're already HIV infected. That will prevent you from getting HIV. So now there is also AIDS treatment. That is a 2 times a year jab. You know, a heterosexual man would never, ever allow himself to get pregnant, even if science allowed him. Where am I supposed to take the bastard out? At the bottom of your stomach. You know, did you know that a C-section was invented in Africa? Yes, just like maize was invented in ancient Americas. You know, if you are listening, you're like, don't you plant it? Yes, they bred it. They bred it with other plants until they found a plant that could produce and could grow in most conditions. Just like they did with the bull to find the biggest one or create the biggest one so that it could pull a plow. Oh, good morning, South Africa. There are men who get proposed to. Just because you're not one of those guys, don't think that they don't exist. You know, Chester number 2, Mavutela, was sitting with his friend in the kitchen. And then a knock came on. When they opened the door, girl comes in, she asks for water. So a friend is shocked. That guy, women are just knocking on your door and asking for water. What's happening? And he responds, it's just Tuesday. Mavutela on zone 14, you know. A Sangoma, a traditional healer, were present during the time of the Vikings in Greece. Well documented, Spartans going to see a traditional healer. You know, when they sacrifice an animal, they do it in an open space and they share the food with those that came for the ceremony. Does that sound familiar? So when it's happening over there, it's good. When it's happening over here, is witch doctors. Okay. Did you know that BET has been purchased by MTV? So a black person is not supposed to have anything nice. I was once proposed to in grade 6. But I was like, you, me, fat chats. I've had more gay guys propose to me than I've had women propose to me. I have never dated a woman from social media that I was talking to her there for the first time. I guess wherever I am, I'm still a me, you, fat chats. Oh man, my mornings. When you say to a man that he must sweep you off your feet, he must woo you. Let's be honest. What happens next? He's determined that you must woo him next. You must sweep him off his feet. He locks you up and he forces you to show him his value, your value, and his too, I guess. Vince McMahon said power must be tested. What is power not tested? Lack of common sense. So now you cannot be a servant to yourself but make someone else your master. When you make someone else your master, you cannot even be a servant to yourself. So do you realize now how much power you are granting other people? Other people for them to walk all over you. Other people to not care about you. If you want to climb up Mount Everest, and you are surrounded by people who don't have the attitude or the curiosity or the stamina to go and climb Mount Everest. If you are going with 3 people, I promise you, after you climb Mount Everest, you're going to climb it for 2 more people. And should one of them die, it would be easier to get back down. But should you die, they're both going to die up that mountain. So if you don't have people who have the same interest and desire to climb Mount Everest, do not go. You know, an African saying that if you want to go far, go alone. But if you want to go long, go together. So if you don't have like-minded individuals, people who think like you in completing a task, save some energy for yourself, my brother. For tomorrow. Get to the next day and the next day and the next day.